Hello, and welcome to High Rollers Uncharted territory. You join us with Kim throwing things at Chris Trott for pretend spoilering superhero movies.
Undeserved.
Welcome, this is our spin-off Dungeons & Dragons campaign stream here on the Oscars channel, or also on the Dungeons & Dragons Twitch channel, which you may be watching us on. DND. Couple of quick things to go over before we begin. The first one being a round of introductions, which I almost forgot. I am Mark Humes, your Dungeon Master for this and our regular Dungeons & Dragons stream, High Rollers. Joining me, we have Matt.
Hello.
We have Kim.
Yo.
And we have Chris Trott. We have no Katie sadly this week. She is off in Scotland. Scotland doing multiplayer events. So wish her a wee bonny evening. On Twitter.
Beautiful evening.
Yeah, a wee bonny evening. So she's not joining us, but we're going to carry on with the adventures in Chult.
Yes.
Couple of things. Do you like Dungeons and Dragons streams on Twitch?
No.
Do I?
Yo, then, correct answer, Matt and Trott. Kim, you're fired. Because over on twitch.tv/DND every week.
Where?
On twitch.tv/DND every day, you can watch
Not
awesome
every
streams.
day.
Every day except
every
Saturday
week.
and Sunday.
That's not every day, Mum.
Every weekday. You can watch streams. Monday, you can watch Dragon Talk with Greg Tito and Shelley Masnoble talking to a bunch of cool people about D&D.
Great people.
On Tuesday, you have Dice Camera Action with legendary DM Chris Perkins and the Waffle Crew. Doing
Great people.
Great people. You've got Fury's Reach by Maze Arcana. Say it with me, Chris Trott. Great people. That's one of them. Wednesday, you have Misclicks. Great people. And Fury's Reach afterwards as well.
Yeah.
Great people. On Thursdays, Penny Arcade's The C Team, but that's over on twitch.tv/hyperrpg. And then Girls Guts Glory on D&D.
Great people.
And then on Fridays, you've got us. And then after us,
Average.
it's the Dragon Friends.
Awesome people.
Who are
Amazing.
awesome people from Australia. So you can watch that every weekday over on twitch.tv/DND. And yeah, go check them out. Tomb of Annihilation, which is the new module, comes out in September. Whole host of cool new products. There's new there's new Tomb of Annihilation dice. There's going to be a brand new DM screen coming out with it. There's like module book, loads of good stuff. Basically, loads of really cool stuff all coming out with Tomb of Annihilation.
We wouldn't be doing this if we weren't super passionate and happy that we're working with wizards.
Yeah, basically, that's what you want to take.
It's great.
From that. A brief recap for last week's episode. You had arrived in Port Nyanzaru, this kind of bustling, colourful, dinosaur-filled city that is on the borders of the huge and expansive jungle of Chult, where you have been sent to try and locate Omu, the Lost City, and put a stop to something called a death curse, which is basically causing people that have died and been brought back to life to die again, and also stops people from being resurrected.
Permadeath.
Basically, it is the permadeath Iron Man curse. So you guys have been sent to deal with that for a hefty sum of payment negotiated by Sir Cromsby Regnus Dolman III. Hello.
20 grand.
20,000 gold pieces for Sir Cromsby and Fear. Because I do believe that the two of you said you didn't want to cut. So, you guys, that's the spare one. That's the spare microphone. That's the ghost of Katie microphone.
Hello.
It's probably not.
Yes.
That's not her voice. So
You guys arrived in Chult, and very, very quickly, 6 frisky flames set a small child on fire and was imprisoned.
You don't have to keep bringing it up.
I kind of do, because it was kind of important, and was taken to a place called Executioner's Run, where he had to attempt to run through a kind of stone trench, avoiding dinosaurs. Kalar, I almost said Keyleth then, Kalar ran off, very different characters. Kalar ran off to find the rest of the party and secure funds to release her feline friend, and managing to do so after fighting off a series of mercenaries that had been sent to kill the party and securing a 2,000 gold loan from a merchant prince whom you are working with in the city. A quick run back and you managed to secure Six's rescue before he had to dive into Executioner's Run. Moments before. And then you basically spent the rest of the afternoon having a bit of a massage and a bit of a wind-down session, really. Just a little bit of a chill. You were visited by the strange lich creature, of which Six has now learned is incredibly powerful, and has shown you that he has some sort of ability to create portals and spy on
I
people.
think everybody's aware of its power now.
Yes.
We're boned.
And the last thing is, you guys know you are to attend an auction being held by another one of the merchant princes named Wakanga. You are to attend to this auction because you believe he is selling
Heart of Ubtao.
the Heart of Ubtao, one of the 3 pieces of a staff that will lead you to the Lost City. Well done.
On the front.
Nobody can see that, Christopher.
No.
No.
It's a lovely white piece of
There's
paper
the
that you're
staff
showing
of a tan,
everybody.
the sun sphere, and the missing gem goes inside the sun sphere that goes on top of the staff of a tan. Napka.
You like Nathan
Owns
Drake drawing all in his...
Yeah, his
Yeah.
little journal, and he's got that's
He's
exactly
got
it.
such good, drawing skills.
Yeah, he
incredible.
could have been a professional artist if he wanted to
It's
be,
almost
but
like an artist in a developer scenario.
for a
made that
video
job.
game.
Didn't we promise the heart to someone?
No, don't believe so.
No.
Okay. No, because you need it to complete the staff.
That's what I thought.
So,
I thought someone was talking about it after.
You did promise to fetch a rod from the Lost City for Jessamine, who is the merchant prince that you are currently working for.
Is that different from the rod that we...
That's not the napka
Need.
rod.
That is not the staff, no.
Okay.
It's a different thing.
That's fine then.
That's
Different
fine then.
rods.
You spend the afternoon in the massage parlour, and eventually you guys make your way to this auction. You meet up with Jessamine at her villa, and dinosaur carriage, kind of like a palanquin, being pulled by Deinonychus, which is the larger velociraptors, because the ones in Jurassic Park the movie shouldn't have been that big, but they called them velociraptors. But basically, yeah, they're that size from the film, and they look the same. So this palanquin is being pulled by various dinosaurs, and there's kind of almost like little tuk-tuks being pulled by dinosaurs. You all mount up into those and you make your way. Fia, knowing that Lascalar Flisk, of whom is a traitor and somebody who screwed you guys over and who Fia particularly hates, she has offered to basically patrol the outside of the building to try and keep an eye out if he's going to show up his face. Hence why Katie's not here.
Nice.
She's actually patrolling Young Towers right
She
now.
is patrolling around, she's patrolling Scotland right now. So
The borders.
So the borders. So Fia is off
gonna have such a
doing that.
I'm going to die.
Yeah, Charlotte's going to get killed at home. I don't have to worry. So she's off doing that, and the three of you, along with Favour, your tiefling kind of scholarly friend, bookish, definitely not Evie from the Mummy, definitely not. No, definitely not. You are taken inside along with Jessamine and a few other guards. Now, the villa, Wakanga's villa, is almost shaped like a wizard's tower, kind of tall, pointy kind of spire, beautiful kind of elaborate railings all over the place, large open windows that look out onto the city. And as night falls, one of the benefits of being out here in the jungle, away from a lot of the large cities of the Sword Coast, is you have this kind of beautiful night sky kind of looming over. It's still quite warm and humid, despite the late evening. So it's not as sweaty as it was during the day. It's now at that very pleasant kind of Mediterranean in the evening, sun's going down. Oh, this is nice. I don't need to wear a jacket, but I can still go out and I'm not sweating. That kind of temperature.
Is there the sound of night crickets and tree frogs and
There's tree frogs, there are animal sounds throughout the jungle. Occasionally the roar of a dinosaur is heard far off, like a real sort of
unsettling.
T-Rex, like...
For a minute there, I was going to say, does it sound like Malaysia at night, Penang at night? I was trying to evoke home and I was like, no, they don't have dinosaurs there.
No.
Monkeys?
There are, you can hear the sounds of monkeys, all sorts of jungle creatures, basically. You also, along with the occasional T-Rex, there's almost like a low moan, like a zombie-like moan. You have heard the undead patrol the jungle, and all sorts of things. No koalas.
What was the name of the wizard-like looking tower?
It's Wakanga. He's one of the merchant princes, supposed to be
Wakanga's
obsessed with magical knowledge and history and things like that. And he's the one who's actually selling off the gemstone. Jessamine has provided you all with, if you wanted it, suitable clothing, but you don't have to wear it. You can attend in your normal adventuring gear if required. Your weapons are not taken from you by guards at the door. However, upon arrival inside the tower, you quickly realise why. Immense stone metal men with gemstones embedded in their chests and foreheads patrol the grounds. They're about 9 feet tall, wide as kind of a barn door, huge hulking stone fists. They look quite intimidating, and they patrol around, and you can see various guards stationed everywhere, just to keep an eye on things at the same time. The other guests are all dressed in these kind of rich silks, dark-skinned folk all the way from Cholt, all kind of arrayed around. There is a large buffet outlaid on like a long trestle table covered in fine silk, tablecloth. And the food is all sorts of exotic-looking fruits, roasted birds, monkey skulls with the kind of tops removed in Temple of Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom style. All sorts of crazy, bizarre-looking food. There are bugs, like deep-fried looking bugs and things like that.
Fish?
Fish. There would be some fish, caught from the bay. Strange-looking things, almost like rainbow-coloured scales, oblong-shaped heads.
Parrotfish.
Very strange-looking.
Tasty though.
Yeah, you get the kind of strong fish smell, the sea smell. It's kind of mingled in. There's almost there's loads of spices used in all the food as well. All the meats are kind of coated in a thick herb crust, which strong smell of spice and flame.
I'm gonna go attack the buffet.
You attack it.
Well,
You basically, there are plates, there are servants that come up and offer you things. They actually scoop the food for you.
I'm just like, what?
Yeah, they're just eyeing you cautiously as you pile things up. As you go off to do that, Jessamine looks to Cromsby. The auction will likely start in some time. You have enough time to mingle. She points to a set of double doors that seem to lead out into a large, almost like a museum's kind of open floor room. You can actually see a large dinosaur skeleton in the center, and there are rows of seats and benches, silk ropes kind of marking off areas you're not allowed to go, and there's been like a raised stage built at the far end of the room. The auction will be held in there. I suggest you and your friends make your way once you have, but scope out the competition, see if there's any high bidders that we might have to deal with. I will be speaking with some of my colleagues over there. And she kind of gestures to a bunch of rich-looking merchants, makes her way. Around the room, there's plenty of people. Like, you can see all sorts. Some seem to be travelers from the Sword Coast, some to be natives to Cholt and Port Nyanzaru. There are a couple of the birdmen that you've seen walking around before, kind of all bird-shaped heads, big sort of wings that they've got tucked in, dressed in kind of, again, sort of like almost like toga-like robes, bright colours, lots of jewellery, wandering around as well. It's basically, there is a huge crowd, too many to survey in a single glance. What would you guys like to do?
Well, considering the amount of people here, let's just scope out the rich ones and aim for the jewellery.
What are you thinking? Pickpocketing?
No, I mean, Jessamine says scope out the competition.
Yes.
I don't mean steal from them.
No.
Although if we stole their purses, they won't be able to bid.
That's true.
Though they might just use IOUs and have a treasury or something.
Possibly, and I don't like to get on the wrong side of one of those big metal buggers, you know what I'm saying?
That's true. Though they are fascinating. I'm going to just walk off
You
with
start
one.
like following one as you start trailing off. Yeah, they almost have like programmed routes, like they patrol a certain thing, they like scan around, and then they just carry on going, looking around the room as they go.
Yeah, I'm just going to study those, maybe make a few sketches, how they work.
So you're doing that, you're
If
following
anyone
these
takes any
robots
interest in what I'm doing, looking at them, then I'll engage in conversation with them.
Okay, so that's what you're doing. You are just demolishing buffet. You're just scooping up these plates. It's all very unique and strange flavors, ones that you're not quite used to, but tasty nonetheless. Excellent, very fine dining food on offer. There is much booze as well. There is wines, kind of fermented fruit juices, which are alcoholic in nature, all being brought around in these large kind of carafes. And poured out into goblets and glasses, proper nice glassware. It has a very refined aristocratic air to the whole place.
Every now and again.
Contrast to the slum-like city that you kind of walked around before.
Well, I'm stuffing my face. I'm gonna be like, Frisky! Frisky, the food's great! There's fish!
Oh, shush.
Frisky fish!
I'm taking notes of this construct. It's fascinating.
I'll eat the fish then.
Wait, what? Fish? I run over.
I just hold out like a fish.
Like a kipper, like a cartoon cat.
I bite the whole thing and like
You like stalk
Scamper
off to like a
back.
corner.
and stalk back to the construct and like sketch with a
With it
fish
in
in
your
my mouth. Thank you.
Cromsby,
Yes.
you are approached by someone.
Oh.
You recognise the trio of them, and you're a little bit surprised to see them. The small, stout-looking halfling with 9 fingers and the grubby little leather jerkin kind of like gives you a cocky smile. The woman in armour next to him kind of has this haughty, holier-than-thou attitude. You can hear the large mace jingling at her belt, her kind of coiffed hair slicked back, Janeway style. But it's mainly the snobbish-looking elf in the kind of scholarly robes, and that really irritating red fez of a hat, as Qualian, soothsayer, a member of the Waterdeep Historical Society, is just like, well, Sir Cromsby. Well, I did expect that we'd see you around the port, but I didn't expect to see you in such a fine establishment.
Well, you know me, I'm always rubbing elbows with the upper echelons of society.
No, if that's the kind of class of character, and he points over at Kalar, who is now like,
And I'm like, Crosby, chicken!
and like, well, if that's what you call them, I suppose. He just kind of looks over, he's like, what exactly are you doing here, anyway?
Well, you know, I've lined my pocket over the years. Fancy getting myself a few baubles. How about you?
Oh, yes, quite the same for us as well. We've heard this fellow Makunga was selling off a few things, and we've been sent by a lord in Waterdeep to acquire them for the society. We haven't, you disappeared from the club quite swiftly, and he points towards Favor, who's currently following Six around, making notes on the giant construct as well. Yes, quite the interesting little companion you've got there. Very interesting. You're not up to anything in particular here in the jungle, are you, old Cromsby, my boy?
Oh, no. You know, this is a part of the world that I've never been to, you know, and as a seasoned explorer, I fancied seeing some new sights in me old age.
Cromsby, you couldn't explore a brothel unless you were guided around it, but I suppose so, if that's the lie you want to tell us, very well.
Look, I've explored many a brothel. Very well, thank you very much.
Yes. Well, good luck on the bidding. We'll be keeping an eye on a few items. But may the best man win. And he tips his little fez and scoots off, seemingly following the same construct that there is now a line of scholars kind of pursuing. Dougal, the halfling, kind of just goes like, what swat? I fucking hate that guy. You alright, Cromsby?
Yes, I'm good, me old friend. How are you?
No hard feelings about the old fisticuffs?
Oh, no, of course not, you know. All's fair in love and war and all that.
Oh, good. And he just pats you on the arm. Just gives you an old tap. Give me a perception check.
Trying to steal from you again.
Oh, fuck.
That is a 7.
Okay, he just is like, oh, no hard feelings, chum, pats you on the thing. He's just like, oh, there you go. Nearly spilt your drink there, and he hands it up to you and stuff. He's like, right, and then he kind of toodles off, whistling. Just makes his way. Lady Maribel, the cleric who was with him, just kind of tuts and follows after Dougal, and then promptly returns with a coin pouch, which she gives back to you. It's just like, I won't have that miserable little halfling stealing whilst I'm around. Mr. Dolan?
Thank you very much, milady. That's
Yes.
very kind of you, little bastard.
As you take it back, it does feel lighter though.
Oh.
I'll have a look.
So this was the pouch of your winnings from the betting of the race.
Yeah.
And you had 600 gold in there.
Yeah.
There's only 300 gold, but it doesn't look like those two have had any time to take any out. Like she's literally snatched the pouch off him and given it back straight to you.
What? I run over to Kayla.
Okay.
Me money's gone.
What?
Me money's gone. Me winnings.
Clumsy.
No, not clumsy. I've been bloody pickpocketed.
By who?
Oh, I don't bloody know.
Could you both keep me down? I'm trying to draw this beautiful construct.
Your money's been stolen, Cromsby.
Yes, one of those bloody savages out there, probably.
And like, as you say the word, like a bunch of like these very
Jesus.
rich kind of local folk turn around and in Chaltean says something and they kind of laugh and turn away again.
Don't be a racist, you silly twat.
Well, I'll be whatever I bloody want to be. They've stolen my money.
How do you know it's them?
Well, who else could it be?
Who in our group is a thief?
Don't look at me.
You don't think Fear has stolen from me?
Well, she stole my art.
Yep, that's existential nonsense. What do you think, Six?
I think you should shut up so I can draw this wonderful construct. Who created this? Who created this? I'm just shouting into the crowd.
There's a few moments, and then a kind of elderly-looking fellow, dark skin, greying hair, very Dumbledore-style hair, kind of that long shoulder length, kind of draping around, short little goatee, almost pointed and encrusted with like a gemstone, like a gold band with gemstones in it. Blue robes, striped, very colourful-looking fellow. He comes up, he's like, "I did, my good friend, Wakanga," and he opens his hand out to you.
The owner of
The host of the evening, yes. I'm these constructs I've located out in the jungle, and I've repurposed them to act as my guards.
Do you require concentration?
No,
What's the
I have
mathematical formula?
I have a control device.
Is it the gems?
The gems play a part into it, yes.
Are they from an ancient civilization?
It is believed that they may be part of the ancient city of Omu, or perhaps ancient Chaltane, but it is difficult to tell.
Do they have
It's also
rudimentary
possible the
sentience?
ancient dwarves built them.
Dwarves?
No, they have
You
no
didn't build them,
sentience. I did not build the original forms, but I did repurpose their magical energies and the gemstones.
Did they serve Ubtao, the god? Are they made in his image?
He holds up a hand, he's like, it depends on who built them. We're not quite sure. If it was the dwarves, unlikely. They do not tend to, from what we've discovered, they do not tend to worship Ubtao. If it was the ancient Chalteans or the Omuans, then it is likely. It does bear some resemblance to stone carvings we've seen of other godlike figures, but I do not believe it is Ubtao himself.
They probably recreated the constructs in the image of their gods and things like that, yes.
Do you have any papers on this?
I have many papers on many things here in Chalt. If you care to read them, I can give you a couple of copies if you wish.
We care very much.
We would
Yes,
be
of
most
course.
grateful.
Here, how much for one?
For my guardian.
Yes, go on.
You are not the first to offer to buy them. I would be very hesitant to sell them for perhaps less than 15,000. They are very expensive to create, the formulas that run them.
I just go and drink my drink quietly.
Just a very thoughtful way.
He kind of smirks. He's just like, well, I hope you enjoy browsing my collection. If you wish to see some of the pieces on offer, I have, and he points to a tomb where sketches have been made of all the items, and you can see like detailed pricings. All of the items that are available to purchase this evening are available.
Tell me, Wakanga.
Yes, my strange. What is your name, Catman?
6.
6. Very well.
Like the number.
Yes, I gathered.
This is Kayla. And
Kayla?
This is Sir
Waggling
Cromsby.
her.
Sir Cromsby, a fellow from the Sword Coast, a pleasure.
We will be taking place and bidding and winning the Gem of Ubtao today. Thank you.
Ah, the strange gemstone I acquired. You believe it is connected to Ubtao?
Yes, and that was the question that I was leading to. Do you have any sort of moral compass?
He kind of opens his eyes. He's like, a strange question, my tabaxi friend. I believe myself to be a good man, yes.
I lazily point over to the Fez man.
Yeah.
It's like certain individuals here have no reason to have this gem, and we have a great purpose for it. So if you wouldn't mind,
Tell me of your purpose, 6.
saving the world.
Quite a lofty claim. Do you have any details that you can share with me?
There's a dreaded curse. The dead that were brought back are dying again, and there is a curse that allows no one to come back from resurrection, and it's spreading from this place, Chult, and without the gem we cannot stop this curse. And
How does the gemstone relate to this curse?
It creates a rod, a staff, and with that we can enter the tomb.
And this tomb is the location of said curse?
It could well be the source.
And you have evidence of this? You have proof that what you're
I've
claiming?
drawn it in this journal.
I am more than happy to help, yes. Perhaps you should wait until you have finished eating.
Wiping chicken grease off my fingers, and
Okay.
then I bring out the I can't, but kind of like the thing that I have, the golden apple thing. What
The
did I
staff
have?
head?
Yeah.
The golden.
Why is it apple?
He looks at it. He's like, "Oh, this is." He examines it. He's like, "Yes, this bears This bears the symbol of the sun from Queen Napka's reign."
You may also notice that there is a missing
There's a slot which would fit the gemstone. That doesn't necessarily prove of what you're saying.
You should really give it to us.
I will consider it. I will do some research before the auction begins, but I need to.
Favor.
Yes.
I know you've got some papers.
Well, I mean, I have theories, and she kind of pulls out books and things like that. Like, I mean, all it says is that they believe that the staff belong to Queen Napka and would lead to Omu, but we don't really have any strong proof that Omu is the location of the curse and what Lady V sent us to find.
Okay,
and
take out that last bit. Tell him. Show the documents.
he's kind of stood there the whole time. He's just like, my dear tiefling girl, pass me this book. And he takes the books. I will read this. I can make no assurances. You are more than welcome to bid on the gemstone if you wish. Also, I will tell you that outside of my premises, I do not care who or what happens. If you believe that you deserve this gemstone more than them, and you wish to take it from them, once you are outside of my walls, that is your business.
It doesn't have a moral compass.
I have a moral compass within my halls.
Mine's gone awry recently, so it's fine.
Of course, well, if what you're saying is true and these individuals are selfish folk, then why should I care what happens to them? Surely if you have a good cause in your minds, that's worth supporting. So, as I mentioned, I will investigate this, but do feel free to take action into your own hands. Outside of my home, of course. And then he...
Just don't sell it to those guys. They're wankers.
Oh, wait, no, do. Take their money, their selfish money, and then we'll rob them.
That works for me. He just turns away and he starts making his way off with the books.
Wait.
All three of you roll a perception check.
Okay. I was just going to say, while we're perceiving,
Our only thief is not here.
Let's get those perception checks.
I am not
20.
due to.
20.
14.
14.
How dare you touch my dice?
15.
Curse now.
15.
So
cooties
20
on
is the
it.
highest. Cromsby, you've never actually seen the man. You've heard of him from reputation because you did hire him. You see, making his way into the room, accompanied by the same armoured mercenaries that you fought earlier with Thea and Kalar at Jessamine's quarter. You see quite a handsome fellow, brown hair, long shirt, looks quite roughed up, several scrapes and scratches and things like that. His gear looks a little bit worse for wear. You recognise the man as Lascalar Flisk, enters in with this kind of group of armoured individuals, one of whom is a very strong kind of woman, sword coast, probably, but you suspect maybe from the frozen north, like long sort of scar, white hair kind of dripping out of this plumed helm, wearing the Flaming Fist uniform. And they enter and they're looking around as well, like they're kind of scanning the room itself. They take note of the large shield guardians. I didn't actually technically roll. No, Favor is too engrossed in, like, she's currently, like, looking through, like, books, the catalogue of auction items. You hear her go, like, oh, this sword looks ancient Chaldean. And she's like, oh.
Really?
Yeah, and she's just like, yes, look at this. And she points to a great sword, kind of stone, almost like a stone hilt, like snake, kind of almost like, you know, there's kind of like Mayan sort of snake designs for the kind of guard, and then like this jagged blade. In Chaldean, this sword's name is Hissbreaker. Apparently it was used to slay the Yuan-Ti, evil snake men from centuries ago. How fascinating. That's on auction, actually, this evening. And she's like flicking through the book and stuff like that. But yeah, you notice Lascalar enter and begin looking around.
Only Cromsby.
Only Cromsby so far.
Okay, so I'm going to be engrossed with these guys as well.
I sort of keep my head down so I'm not noticed by them.
You're like,
And sort of shuffle
You're
over
quite
to
short,
these two.
so you can, you easily blend in behind all the bodies.
Fisk is here.
What?
I look up and I just give a really,
dear.
a really happy sigh, like, oh,
Get it together, Keeler.
Yes, I think this is one of those occasions where discretion is the better part of valor. We
Kayla,
don't want them to find
He
us.
tried to sink the boat we were on. He was going to kill us.
he is
didn't
very,
die.
very feisty.
Favor just looks gobsmacked. What do we do?
Do we
What do we
kill him
do?
now? Maybe
No, we can't fight him here. Those Guardians, we can't face them.
Maybe I could reprogram with enough research. If you can find me the books, I could model the constructs to attack Flisk.
I could just hit
It
him.
could take me several days, but
I could hit him.
You could hit him too.
Yeah.
No, we can't fight here. She points at there's maybe 4 of these guardians patrolling the room and guards, regular humanoid guards as well.
We need
can't
the
fight
gem.
him here.
We need the gem of Ubtao first.
Certainly we can't fight him before we get the gemstone.
I say we stay out of sight.
And then I can fight him,
Well,
is what you're saying.
yeah, yes, I suppose so. We need. Well, he's got the staff. He's got the staff.
But we have the top, the sun sphere.
So we can't. Maybe should Kayla keep hold of that? I mean, who's?
Do you want to try and take it off?
No. And she kind of holds her hands up behind her. What if he tries to rob it off of you? You're infatuated with him. Is that wise?
Just because I'm infatuated with him doesn't mean I'm not going to break his legs.
You're a very complex woman.
It's all the better for her, you see.
Would you like to learn more?
And she kind of looks down, doesn't really answer, just kind of what are we going to do about Flisk?
Oh, kill him. But not right now.
Okay.
I think the better judgment is to continue with the auction and lay low.
Okay.
And not
All right.
kill him.
So we don't want him to see us.
We'll win the auction.
How about, by proxy,
Should I be invisible?
he knows what you look like, right?
Yes.
What if we elected a member here to auction on behalf of us and we stay in the shadows?
Well, Jessamine could auction for us.
Jessamine could auction for us.
Yes.
And then we stick to the sides, keep out of sight, and see if we can make a move outside.
I mean, if Jessamine wins the item, Flisk is obviously going to try and jump her for it. So we need to jump him. And steal the rod as well.
Use Jessamine as bait.
Yes.
Yes.
Favor.
Yes.
Could you go invisible at that point and steal the staff from him?
When? What point?
After the auction.
Right. When he tries to steal the gem?
From Jessamine.
Yes.
You want me to steal it from him? I can try.
We will jump him.
Okay.
He'll be
He will be
distracted.
very distracted.
Okay. I mean, all right. I'll try. I'll
Don't
do my
engage
best.
in combat.
No.
Just grab the
No,
rod
right.
and
Okay.
get safe.
All right. Yes, I'll try my best.
Good.
I'm just going to put my arms on her shoulder and be like, I
She
know you.
looks at you her red skin, just she pushes her glasses up awkwardly.
I know you can do this.
She's just
You've handled a rod before.
she kind of just goes big gulp. What?
You've handled a...
Well, I have used magical rods. Yes.
Good. Then it'll be no problem for you, right?
No, I've never stolen anything before.
Trying to get it scratched is very precious.
Yes, it is. I mean, well, it should be quite sturdy. I believe it is magically enchanted. Gold's a very soft metal. Normally it wouldn't last, the centuries in the tombs and things. But yes, no, I will, yes. You're right, yes.
Yes.
Technically, he stole it first, so it's not stealing, it's reclaiming.
Okay, that does make me feel a bit better. Okay,
Also
all right,
he's
I'll
an ass.
reclaim it from him.
Yes.
All right, okay. Okay, well, maybe you should find a group to mingle with here before the auction starts or
We'll
something.
blend in.
No.
Also, if Jessamine doesn't win the auction, we tail whoever does. Because he'll no doubt try to attack that person and steal it.
Yes.
All right.
We should also let Jessamine in on the... no, maybe not.
Do you want me to go and tell her?
Tell her to win the auction.
Okay, yes, I'll go do that. She heads off. Yeah, looking around, there is groups of people. Now, there's a few, the Chalteans all seem to kind of link together and they're all talking in their own language and they all seem to know each other. There's very few strangers. Qualian, Dougal and Lady Maribel, the guys from the Waterdeep Society, they stand out, but you could probably blend in with them as a bunch of foreigners. But Flisk knows who they are as well.
Waterdeep Society.
The only other group that you can see that doesn't seem to be Chaltean, but also doesn't seem to be connected with anybody else, is there is 3 women, very striking, quite beautiful, wearing silk gowns, but their skin is much more paler. They kind of have beautiful golden jewelry, armlets around their hair's been tied up, and one of them in particular seems to be the leader, and the other 2 seem to be maybe her handmaidens, and they're just delicately picking at food, whispering to each other quite quietly, and they're kind of off in a corner. Nobody seems to really be paying much attention to them.
Them, over there. What do you think? The ladies.
Pretty.
They are very pretty. You would describe them as pretty. Very slender, thin features, kind of supermodel-esque bodies.
I might break them though.
Kayla, when you flirt, I have to say it, you get very loud And Fliss can't hear you flirting. So if you're going to flirt, whisper, okay?
Like this.
That's still loud. Very piercing.
Hey, good looking.
That's terrifying. I don't think it'll work. But maybe the challenge is something you're up for. I don't know.
I actually want to do something else. You can flirt with them.
I don't.
Ladies like a
Want
good
to.
cat.
If they're interested in gems, then I can talk to them about the constructs, perhaps.
Should have said ladies love a good pussy.
I was thinking it myself.
I was thinking it, but I'm not quite there tonight yet. Like, maybe the closer we
I
get
just
to
couldn't,
it.
like, when I heard it, I was like, oh, you should have said this, Kim.
I was about to say it, but I'm not quite there yet. I've got to build. I can't just be,
Just got to build up to it, okay. No, it's fine, it's fine.
You need to look less imposing and stand outish. I need to become less of a cat.
So I'm going to pull over the robes over my sleeves, pull in my tail from my tail hole.
Well, like, you kind of wrap it around your leg and, like, let the robes kind of drape over it.
It's an up tuck.
Okay.
Let's go.
You still have a cat face. Oh, you put the hood up. Okay.
Hood is up.
Okay, nice. So what are you guys doing? Kim's obviously dead.
Can I like? I don't know. I kind of want to like lurk in the shadows,
Okay.
but also like I want to try and attract Dougal's attention.
Okay. So first things first, give me a stealth check.
For a big
Giant
half-orc.
6-foot half-orc warrior woman.
Stealthing.
I heard a story of a D&D player who played a half-orc rogue.
Oh no.
And he put all of his skill points, like he really maxed out his charisma and intimidate, and so he wouldn't hide. He would just basically go up to people and be like, "You can't see me." And they'd be like, "I can't see you." He'd be like, "Good."
I might try
That was
this.
his stealth.
I might try that. Yeah. 3.
3. You kind of go up and you do that thing of like you look around. And then you stand next to the curtains and you kind of shuffle along and then you hide behind like a little urn on a thing, but you are clearly a giant warrior woman.
What is she doing?
And you're like,
No idea.
Dougal!
Show us!
Show us! And Dougal like looks around, he's like, what? He like waddles over to you, stands next to you as you're kind of crouched behind this urn, like your big sort of like half
Butt
of
just-
butt sticking out. He's like, Kayla, what are you doing?
Trying to be stealthy.
You are doing probably the worst job of it I have ever seen.
I'm not a stealthy person.
He's like, oh, bloody hell. All right, make a stealth check, but this time you have advantage.
Oh my god. A 6 and a 1.
That's not 1. That's a 7.
Alright.
So 7 is the highest.
8.
8. He like shuffles you to like a curtain and like wraps the curtain around you, but your feet are still at the bottom. He's like, this is the best I can do. Why are you hiding? What are you doing?
That prick Flisk is over there.
Oh, really?
The pretty one.
Oh,
I
is
told
he?
you about. with
Oh, is
the-
he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it'd be a shame if somebody told him you were here, Kayla.
Oh, don't do this to me, Dougal.
Oh, well, how much are you going to, come on.
Come on, we go all the way back.
We do, exactly, which is why, like, come on. What you got?
Oh my god.
A silk rope.
He, like, looks at it. It's pretty good quality rope, actually.
It's barely used.
How much is a silk rope worth?
Did you use it on the ship with the gnome?
Some like bondage.
That's why she
A
has
lady
it.
does not tell.
He takes your silk rope, wraps it over his shoulders. He's like, all right, yeah, I won't tell him.
Thank you.
It's all right. I got a rope.
So, how you doing?
I'm all right. Are you literally just trying to keep out of sight?
That, and also, we kind of need to win the auction for a gemstone tonight.
Right.
And there's probably going to be a fight.
Right.
Can you help us?
What are you going to give me? I've got your rope.
I have
And it's got to be better than a rope.
manacles.
No. I ain't getting involved with Flisk.
Oh, come on.
No, he's a bastard.
Come on.
No.
He is.
Look, Qualian's already here to try and win a bunch of auctions
He's
anyway.
a prick, though.
Yeah, I know he's a prick, but he's a well-paying prick. That's the difference.
Okay, we're about to go and raid some tombs. I'll bring you some stuff.
How much stuff?
As much stuff as I can carry. But we need the thing that he has.
I'm not making any promises. Maybe. If
For
I
a
help.
friend.
Maybe.
For a friend.
Maybe.
Come on, buddy.
No.
All those times.
I'll see.
I'll give you a freebie.
He like thinks about it. Make a persuasion check.
Oh my god.
8.
I've heard about what happened to the last guy you gave a freebie to. You nearly snapped him in half.
Oh.
I'm all right.
I'll be 2.
I will see what happens.
I'll use only one hand.
He like just backs off. He's like, tuck your bloody feet in, and then he walks off. So what are you two doing at this point?
Heading off to those women.
So you head off to the women. As you approach, the handmaiden, one of the handmaidens kind of like nudges the lady that she's with and then points in your direction. And as you turn around, you just very serene, kind of very slender face, green eyes. She looks and kind of gives you a very polite nod. Greetings, gentlemen. She speaks in common. Can I help you with something?
Oh, we just thought we'd come over and introduce ourselves.
And she kind of bows her head, waiting for the introduction.
Oh, we have to talk, Cromsby. You do that.
I am
She chuckles.
Sir Cromsby Regnus Dolum III, milady, and this is my dear friend, Six.
She looks down and like looks over to you. She's looking down at the dwarf and then looks up. A pleasure. My name is...
Bob.
A wonderful name. It's almost like a song.
Very melodic.
My name is Lady Sethra.
Sethra.
Yes.
Sounds
This is...
Beautiful name.
And she...
Sounds like it could charm the nightingales out of the trees.
What a charming little fellow you are.
Oh.
These two women are my handmaidens. This is Nissa and Kess. I take it you are travellers here to Port Nyanzaru as well.
Yes, just having a little holiday, aren't we, Six?
Yes, love the heat.
She like looks over at like your bristly kind of like quite tabaxi. What are you doing here at Wakanga's auction, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I'm a well-seasoned traveller and businessman, you see, and...
Are you quite wealthy?
Oh, yes, exceedingly so, and, there are some lovely baubles on display here, and I
Yes,
thought,
certainly.
well, be nice. Better in my cabinet than in this dusty old place.
She kind of like, her eyes light up, and she's just like, oh, indeed. Oh, I can see that you are a man of fine taste indeed. Nissa, Kess, could you fetch me a drink if you prefer, and perhaps one for our guests as well?
So, do handmaidens also care for your feet? Or is it just the hands?
You are quite funny. You should ask them. Why don't you go grab some food for us as well?
Oh, are you going to flirt with him?
Perhaps.
Right, weird human stuff.
I'm going to walk you head off. As soon as you're out of sight, she looks at Cromsby, and she is just like, well, Sir Cromsby, it would be very kind, and I would suggest that you win an item for me. I'd like you to make a wisdom saving throw, please, Sir Cromsby.
That flies in your...
That's a 13.
13. Let me check.
High roller.
Let me check my combat stats for certain things.
She sounded evil.
She's about to scam you from your money, blood.
I know. Bloody women.
Oi. Here, oi, from the curtain.
His feet.
That's interesting. The printer decided not to print off the final page of what I needed.
Oh, good.
That's always fun.
She doesn't have any stats.
She does, I just have to look them up in the book.
Your hair looks amazing tonight, Trot.
Thanks.
On the camera.
Thank you, Kim.
The colour's quite nice on the camera, not in person.
Not in person, it's like shit in person. Someone's
What did you get?
off my head.
13?
13, yeah.
13. You kind of feel for a moment, like, you're sure, you're like, that was weird. You felt really compelled to do what she told you to, but it's kind of like, oh, no, why would I do that? You
I
kind
like
of had that,
money.
like, realization. She's just like, yes, there is a particular item that I would quite like to acquire. A red gemstone. It'd be very kind if you purchased that for me. And she kind of, like, you see her eyes kind of stare down at you intently. What does Cromsby do?
Yes, well, I'm sure that many people would like that particular item, but, well, we'll see how the evening goes, shall we?
Yes, we shall. And then she just kind of like takes a nod. the handmaidens fetch him drink. They don't really seem to speak much. They kind of just smile, nod.
Nissa, Cass, which one are you?
One points at the other one. This is Kess, and then the other one points. That's Nissa.
Right. What's so special about her hands that they need maids for?
They just chuckle in a handmaideny way.
Why are you laughing?
You're funny, Catman.
You being racist?
No. Are you a Catman or are you a man-cat?
Oh God.
What? The cat comes before the man.
Then a Catman.
Yes. So is it the hands? What's so special? Tell me. Are you the left or are you the right?
They just get the drinks and start walking back.
What's so special about her? Tell me.
She's a very powerful woman.
Strength-wise or mind-wise?
Both.
Powerful? Does she own things?
You can say that.
Is she going to screw over Cromsby?
Probably not. Depends. What does Cromsby want?
Probably to lay her, but before that wants to win a bauble or two, I think.
What bauble does he want?
The gem of Uptow.
They kind of look at each other and smile.
So I see you're familiar with it.
You're an interesting one. You're an interesting person, Catman.
Yeah.
I suggest you don't tell anybody about this conversation. Make a wisdom saving throw.
They got it too.
They do.
Bloody hell.
They do.
Bloody hell, mate.
Natural one.
You're not going to be telling anybody about that conversation. You have to comply with the suggestion, which is to not tell anybody about the conversation you just had.
You're right. I shouldn't tell anybody.
You're right. We are right, yes. And they just head back, give the lady her drink, and that's it.
I'm just standing and staring in confusion.
There is a call made out, and you hear Wakanga. Ladies and gentlemen, I am soon to begin the auction. Please would you make your way to the seats. And you can see Favor and Jessamine making their way into the main hall. What would you guys like to do? The crowd is now moving, and you can see Flisk and his mercenary friends making their way in. Unless you do something, he's probably going to be able to spot you quite easily. What would you like to do?
I'm behind a curtain, mate.
You are indeed behind a curtain. What was it, an 8 on your stealth check?
I might have
I'm
gone
going to
stealthier
still
over
try
time.
and hide. That was our original intention.
So the two of you, as you've been
Kinda
interacting,
muddle with these women.
yeah, you can either use stealth or you can use persuasion to kind of have conversation and use the conversation to help hide you.
I will
Use
stealth.
persuasion.
No, you are hiding behind a curtain.
I want to persuade the curtain.
Well, should have done that before you hid behind a curtain.
21 for stealth.
21.
I'm going to do persuasion, so that's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
24. Cromsby is just like, blah, 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 and they're just the handmaidens are and they're kind of shielding you as you kind of use them in the conversation to hide you.
And I'm short.
6, you just, that's the other benefit is you just hide behind these tall, slender ladies. 6, your natural feline stealth. You just kind of stick to the shadows. You move in a way that keeps you, always a crowd between you and Flisk.
Are there any animals around?
No,
Okay.
not in
Just
the
the
room.
cat.
Not that you can see. Yeah, Catman. As
birds.
you're trying to hide behind this curtain, you guys see Flisk stop, look, just chuckle to himself, and you kind of behind this curtain, you just hear a whisper come through it, which is just I knew you couldn't resist me. Maybe I'll see you later, and then it goes.
I'm gonna give a little giggle, like a little schoolgirl giggle, but it's a bit weird coming out from an orc.
Coming up from an orc and a curtain, yes. You guys
Sakes.
make your way into the auction room, as I described earlier. Almost think of it like a museum, kind of foyer, big dinosaur skeleton. There is all sorts of weird displays of art and stone statues and totems, kind of all around the place. A small stage has been built at the front. Seats are all laid out, plush seats with cushions and silks and all that kind of stuff, all laid out. People bring their drinks in. Wakanga and a few servants head up onto the main podium and the auction begins. They rattle through a few pieces of art and history, books and that sort of thing.
Engrossed in all of that stuff.
A couple of things which come up. Wakanga first announces just the next item is an ancient Chaltean spellbook believed to have belonged to an old Chaltean mage. It has writings which have been translated by myself. Are there any bids? Now, would any of you guys like to bid on the item? Okay. So you raise your hand. The Wakanga says, I will start the bidding at 20 gold pieces.
You got that?
I have 20 gold. There's a few other bids. So it goes 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. One person drops out.
This is priceless. We could pay thousands.
70. He's 70. And then Qualian, the elf from the Waterdeep, he's like, 200. I have 200 gold from the elf of the Sword Coast. Do I have any other bidders?
You're not wasting my money on that bloody rubbish.
Wasting the valuable knowledge within. Oh, it's unbelievable.
Do I have two? Do I see 220?
What do you
220?
have? Are you?
I'm a curtain.
I don't have any money.
Oh,
I raise my hand.
I see 220. Qualian kind of looks over at you and 250. Do I see 275? Qualian's just like does this. Going once, twice. Sold to the dwarven gentleman for 275. A Toltean spellbook. Sir, you may come up to the side room over here and collect your item, and we will take the payment from you after the auction ends, or now, if you wish.
I can do it for you.
No one's getting their hands on my purse, boy.
Not again.
Not yet.
Yeah, so there's like a little small side room, and once you head inside, there are two of these big stone constructs and a number of humanoid guards, and you can see a young woman, well dressed, behind kind of almost like a bank vault kind of thing. You exchange the money, you give her the 275, and she presents you with the sealed spellbook, this ancient tome. The covering is made from like a dinosaur hide, and yeah. Can you roll me, Trot, as you were the one who wanted it, roll me 2d10s.
Okay.
Here.
Thanks. 95.
So what? So
Oh,
assume
9
that
and a
they're
5.
a 9 and a 5, so 14. Okay. So it's going to contain 14 levels of spells.
Wow.
So I mean that I'll roll up to determine how that works, but that could be like 2 7th level spells, for example. Do you know what I mean?
And you can read from them and cast them.
No. So a wizard would need to inscribe them and learn them and things like that. Or as a sorcerer, I would let you learn them when you level up, as opposed to normal spells, if you have the slots for them, of course.
Fantastic.
So there you go. The next item that comes up to bid is actually the giant greatsword, Hissbreaker. Wakanga introduces it. This was once used by a champion of Ubtao to slay the serpent men that reside in the deep parts of the jungle. I have detected that it has some minor magical properties. I shall start the bidding at 1,000 gold.
Oh yes, get that one, Cromsby, too.
I've got no money after that bloody book, all
What
right?
do you mean?
Well, I haven't got enough money for that.
I thought you were minted, is what you told that woman.
Yes, but unfortunately, bloody Kalar bought you out, so who's going to fit the bill for that? Muggins here.
Well, wouldn't it be the tomb 20,000 gold?
Look, I didn't intend to spend it on little knickknacks here and there, boy, all
What
right?
little knickknacks?
Yes.
You do realize the power that's contained within what we just won.
Well, then you should be bloody grateful that I bought it then, and count yourself lucky. Right,
Very
fine.
lucky. So you're bidding.
No!
1,000 gold? Yes, I see 1,000 gold. Do I see 110? A few other bids go up. 120, 200, 1,200, 1,300, 1,400, 1,500. It gets to 1,600, and one of the Flaming Fists, the woman with the dark scar, she bids 2,000. Miss Liara, captain of the Flaming Fist, 2,000 gold. Do I see any higher?
No.
It's worth at least 5.
I don't care how much it's worth. I don't have the money on me to physically pay the people.
Oh,
Going once, going twice. Sold to the Flaming Fist captain. Madame, you may purchase your item over in the small room, and gestures to the side.
at least it's in safe hands.
She makes her way over and purchases that. And then the rest of the items all seem to be, again, more art pieces and things like that. Those are the two that you guys spotted out. And eventually, the gemstone comes up. It's brought out and displayed, and you can see it pulses with a faint light. And it does look like a perfect match for the descriptions and the inscriptions, and it would fit perfectly within the staff head.
I got my drawings wrong.
Wakanga speaks, he's like, now, this item is a curiosity. It is a large red gemstone of strange origins. It is engraved with old ancient Chaldean for passage, and we believe that it is related to perhaps the legend of Omu.
Passage.
I shall start the bidding at 3,000 gold. 3,000.
Come on,
Do I
Jesse.
see higher? There is a few bids. Some of the merchants very quickly back out. The main parties that bid on it, Jessamine is bidding, Flisk is bidding, as is Lady Sethra, the tall suit woman that you met earlier. The bidding kind of escalates between the two of them. It gets to 8,000 gold, and there is a quiet moment where the tension in the auction is really building. Jessamine puts the 8,000 bid in, and then there is a silence. The other parties begin talking amongst themselves. Wakanga is like, do I see we shall have to raise it to 8,500? 8,500. Going once, going twice, and then Lascalar, 9,000. I see 9,000.
How does he have that
My
kind of
lady,
coin?
do you have a raise? 9,500. And Jessamine gestures to the three of you. She's just like,
Yes, what?
I do not have the funds to pay for any more than this. 8,000 gold is a considerable investment. I don't have the liquefied assets to pay any higher. Do you have any money?
I've got about 200 gold on me person.
I have a ruby worth 100 gold.
That's 300. That's not going to be enough.
6 if you've got anything on you.
I have a fishing rod.
Fucking.
Flisk bids the 9,000. Almost goes. Lady Sethra this time, 10,000.
Bloody hell.
Flisk looks infuriated and just seethes, and you see him whispering to the Flaming Fist and pointing at Lady Sethra. It's just like they seem to be conspiring. You can't hear what they're saying. The bid, my good lady, at 10,000. Do I see 11,000? Going once, going twice. Sold to the beautiful woman in green. You may purchase your item on the side.
This could be good, guys.
This could be very bad, guys.
No, because like Flisk will go after her, and then he won't see us go after him, and then somehow we get the gem.
Favor's just like, where do I still steal? Am I stealing off her?
I will give you a sign.
Okay.
We tail the tailors.
All right. Yes. Okay. Very good. The Lady Sethra makes her way up to the side room. She grabs. She heads inside. She emerges. Her handmaidens join her, and then a guard escorts her to the villa's exit.
Let's go.
Flisk, as you watch, he's gone.
Let's go.
Okay. You guys make your way out. You head outside the villa, being escorted. Jessamine basically follows you, and she's like, I hope that you intend to go and relieve that woman of the gemstone.
Yes.
Good. I will head back to my villa. Report to me once you have some more information.
Why don't you have more money?
Do you have 8,000 gold on you, Catman?
You're the rich one, right?
Yes, my wealth is invested in buildings and businesses.
I'm just gonna like take his ear.
I
and
don't
be
carry
like,
10,000 gold on me.
Sure,
I'm
you
just
understand the
gonna,
value
like-
of it. Oh, okay.
I thought that
She's the one who bought your bail bond, so shut the fuck up.
perhaps if I hadn't lent your friend 2,000 gold, I would have had more.
Yes! Damn blast it! I knew we should have just let him die!
I probably would have survived, but yes. It wasn't my choice.
You should crack on with following this woman and obtain the gemstone.
I'm just like savagely rolling my eyes. Like, just...
You can hear them.
You guys make your way. You follow Lady Sethra, this woman and her two handmaidens. She is accompanied by a guard for part way. She is escorted out into some of the main plazas of the city, and then the guard make their way back to the villa. She moves very quickly and with great knowledge of the city, and it is tricky to keep up with her. All three of you are going to need to give me stealth checks to tail her without being noticed. Favor will also make a check.
Oh! Natural 20.
Can I just like loiter at the back?
I don't think you should worry too much, Kim. You do have Favor with you.
Oh, God.
10!
That's still better than, what's she got? That's still better than 2.
If only we had a thief on us.
right?
Yeah, you don't know where theatre is. You basically, what did you get, 6?
11.
11, okay. So you guys are making your way, and you're trying to kind of stick to the buildings and things like that, but Favor is not the most she's quite clumsy. She bumps into people along the way, like, sorry, excuse me, sorry, and just kind of like makes apologies. She knocks into an urn that's like balanced on the side of a wall, gets knocked over and smashes over to pieces. But I'm so sorry, and like she puts some gold on the ground next to it, like, I don't know whose this is, but that should cover it. And
Favor.
makes her way.
Stop talking to urns. Keep moving.
So sorry. And you do get the sense that the lady does pick up her speed a little bit. You follow her across through the various bazaars, which are still packed full of merchants. The city doesn't really seem to wind down at night. It seems to stay pretty busy. There are street sellers and food markets and things like that. You eventually, however, do start. She makes her way between two districts: the Red Bazaar, which is an area where you have been staying, and a place called Golden Throne. Two tall hills with very rich populated areas connected by bridges, and beneath which, because the whole of Port Nyanzara is built on these hills with these kind of almost like floodwater rivers that run from the basin down into the bay, she crosses one of these stone bridges which has got like a very muddy, shallow looking river running underneath it, and that's where you basically manage to catch up to her properly. Now, as she gets to the center of this bridge, you are on one side, and then you see 4 figures step out on the other side of the bridge. You see Flisk and 3 of these flaming fists, not the woman that bought the sword, but 3 kind of looking warrior soldiers, step out and basically hold her up. She stops. 4 mercenaries and Flisk. She stops, and the handmaidens kind of step back. What did you get, Kayla? 10 on your stealth?
Yes.
Flisk kind of stands in the middle, and in fact, I'm just going to throw some minis down.
I'm in the water.
So what I'd like you guys to see here, this is the bridge. These aren't actual walls, they were just the best way for me to kind of show that there's buildings and stuff on either side. Imagine that this is quite open. This isn't like empty, there is floor and stuff there, but this is the main bridge part. You guys are over on this side. So if you'd like to place yourselves, there is things like barrels and merchant stands and things like that that you can hide behind.
Do you have my mini?
No. I do have your mini. Whoop. There you go. And then Flisk.
Where's yours?
So where are we?
Chumps. Which side?
Yes, there's
Where I am.
Crumsby.
Lay low.
Oh, that guy looks meaty.
Yeah. How representative are these?
Not fully.
And is that one in the middle, Flisk?
This is Flisk, yeah, and then these 4 are the Flaming Fisks, and then Favour is next to Crumsby. Flisk kind of stands out, and the woman kind of stops, and he kind of like chuckles. He kind of looks behind her, and he's just like, "Oh, Kayla, what? Don't even bother. You may as well show yourself. I know you're there."
Yoo-hoo!
The woman in the middle is just like, "And who are you?" He's just like, "I'm nobody, but I am gonna have to take that little trinket you picked up at the auction there, milady." And she kind of just eyes him cautiously. "I suspect that," and she turns around and casts an eye towards you 3, "that you are likely here to do the same. How interesting that the 3 of us wind up in this situation." "I'm afraid that no," and she looks back to Flisk, "you're going to have to give me the staff, and those behind me will be giving me the staff head. Ness, Kissa, I believe it's time that we showed these pinkskins who's really in control here in Chult. I'd like everyone to roll initiative. Oh,
good.
Oh,
And I really wish I had my...
I have -1 on initiative.
You're not the quickest to react in the world, Cromsby.
No. So that booze.
Yes. I'm afraid.
Full belly.
We're still
this is
level
gonna be
6,
annoying.
aren't we? Yeah.
You are level 6. I'm going to have multiple books available because for some reason it's not printed out on my sheet.
Damn.
Right. So I've got fixed initiative here. So Cromsby,
2.
6.
3.
KR,
16.
All right. Show off.
We'll see you later. Just gonna sit down.
Yeah.
Favor is 11. Okay, so Flisk is actually the first one to react.
What a poop.
And he kind of just, he shrugs, he's just like, what is it with everybody making this really, really difficult? And he begins basically striding forward. He's gonna just basically, last chance, lady. Give me the gemstone and nobody has to get hurt. And you can see him pull out his magical dagger that he kind of flips up in the air. And he's going to attempt to grab her, I think. He goes to grab her, but she very agilely kind of steps back, very kind of twisting her body in a graceful manner. He kind of just swipes through the air. And then you see her skin begin to change ever so slightly, and snake skin begins to...
That fly.
That fly is going to piss me off.
He's had to go on all of us.
Her skin begins to change, and subtle snake skin begins to appear all over as her hands begin to glow with a greenish energy. Flisk is kind of like, okay, you're more dangerous than I thought, and tries to wham the dagger into her side. That is going to hit
Whammo.
for a whopping 6 points of damage.
Ooh,
Where did I
slow
just put my
down,
pen?
Flisk. Save some for us. Let's let them kill each other.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Stay in the shadows. The shadow knows.
And yeah, that's what Flisk does on his turn. Kalar, and indeed the mysterious lady. Now, what's your dex, Kalar?
Mysterious girl.
Just the raw
12 plus 1.
12. I'm afraid that you are not going first.
Racist.
Did you see the new Unearthed Arcana initiative?
I haven't looked at it. Yeah, I vaguely know about it.
It's very cool. I
It
use
is
for
cool.
personal
I don't know
gain.
how much quicker it will be.
Oh, it'll be way slower.
Yeah, so it's interesting, but yeah.
I love it.
So, on her turn, Lady Sethra looks at Flisk, just kind of smiles, and it's just like, you've attacked a person without even truly knowing what they are. Rasni will make a very pleasing slave of you. And then she attempts to basically bite him. She basically leans forward and tries to grab him, and you can see snake-like fangs protruding. However, Flisk is quite the agile opponent himself, and he launches himself back in sort of a sudden surprise, and she kind of curses and tries to bite him again. This time she is going to hit. And you can watch, 16. 19 plus, this is nasty, 23, 27, 28 points.
Oh my god.
Flisk recoils. As her fangs seek into him, you can see the area around where she bites begin to turn black, almost as if it was necrosising, as it just, necrosizing? I don't even know. It basically
Dying.
starts dying, the flesh around it. He screams in pain as he stumbles backwards. I will prize that staff from your dead body, you miserable human. Nissa, Kessa, deal with those behind us. Make sure that we get what we come here for. And she gestures. Kalar, what would you like to do?
I'm just going to raise an eyebrow and go, kinky. And then look at Favor and go, now.
No! And she just kind of makes a noise.
I would like to. So I have a question about the totem path.
Mm-hmm.
Is an action to summon my totem animal? Because it doesn't say here
Well, it doesn't do. It's part of your rage. It's when you rage, you get the
it
benefits.
automatically.
Yeah. So to get the damage resistance and
Cool.
stuff. To do things with speak with animals and stuff is different though.
Oh yeah. I'd like to point out though, it says here. You can also gain minor physical attributes that are reminiscent of your totem spirit. For example, if you have the bear totem spirit, you might be unusually hairy. So fair. So yeah, I'm just not going to say where the hair is. I would like to
I think we
rage,
can gather from that.
please. I would like to be very.
So this is your second rage for the day, right? Because you didn't have a long rest. This is your last one. So yes, you launch. Oh no, you have 3, I think.
No, I have 4 because I got
you have
one
4 because you
more
level
on
up. Yep.
level up.
Okay. So so
I'm
you
gonna
launch into a rage.
Rage, and I'm gonna move forward.
So her 2 handmaidens are beginning to turn around.
I would like to attack them. So also as a bear rager.
You have resistance to
bear.
damage.
Yeah, resistance to damage and advantage on strength checks.
Yeah, well, you don't get advantage on attack rolls. It's on things like resist grapples and things. So, but you could attack recklessly, which would give you advantage on attack rolls.
But it gives them
Advantage to hit you back.
Shizzle.
Yes. So what are you doing? Attacking recklessly?
Can I
Yes.
strength up,
Yep.
pick up one of the girls and throw them in? Is this a river? Like a
This is a
river?
bridge. Yeah, it's a bridge over a shallow, muddy-looking river that slopes
so it's,
down.
It's not like a raging.
It's not raging, but it looks very slick and it's heavy. It's very steep slope.
Can I pick up one of the girls and throw them over?
You can try.
Okay.
So you're
what
going
do
to
I
give me
need?
a strength check with advantage. They're going to try and make a dexterity acrobatics.
Strength check, strength check, strength check, strength.
9.
12.
That's fine because I rolled a 2. So yeah, you pick up one. Which one do you want to pick up?
Lefty.
Okay, so you pick her up. So that's your action. Is you literally get a grapple on her, and then you can, as part of that grapple, you can move and drag her over to the side. Now, if you do that, the other one will get an attack of opportunity against you. But you are resistant to damage while you're enraging. So she will try and stab you with a kukri. That is going to be a 15.
I am 15.
So you take this.
But
You're resistant to damage, you take half.
okay.
Resistance means you take half. So it's 8. Your resistance to everything while you're in a thingy, so it's... So you're going to take 14, half that to 7. You can feel this kind of thick poison coating the blade, burning into your flesh, but you kind of just shrug it off. And you carry her over to the side, and then what, you just want to throw her into the water? Yeah, so you dump her off into the side.
Do you want to make a check to like throw, see how far I throw? Or?
No, if you're literally just tossing her over the side, it's more that she'll get a dex check to try and grab onto something, which she doesn't. So you basically pick up one of the handmaidens and just throw her in over the side. She falls about 30 feet into this very shallow river, so she actually takes quite a bit of fall damage as she lands. 9. And then basically she's trying to like get to her feet, but the mud is so slick that she's kind of like basically falling down this slope, covering herself in mud as she goes. And that is your turn pretty much, Kayla. So next it goes to Flaming Fist Mercs. Sensing that Alaskalar is in trouble, they are going to start charging forward. And they also sense the threat that Kayla possesses.
I'm not threatening. I'm just misunderstood.
They start surrounding Lady Sethra, particularly in the middle, and will try and launch a barrage of attacks. Nope, miss. That's a hit. Let's see how many hit. 3. 2 hit. They're going to do 7 points. Maths. The kind of all surround her and they try like swiping at her with swords and maces, but she deftly moves almost like a dancer, some of them clipping her, but where they hit her it seems to really only kind of scuff the scales that coat her skin, and you can see her getting more visibly annoyed as they kind of surround her. And that's pretty much what they do on their turn. So Favor turns invisible and will attempt to do as she was told. I'm not going to tell you because you can't see her. Right, Kayla, one of the sister. Actually, you're not immune to charms and stuff while you're raging. I don't think, are you? I don't think you have any abilities.
I think it's frightened or anything like that.
I don't think so.
Don't say.
Then you are not. The sister kind of grabs you, and as you turn around to face her in your rage, ready to bring your hammer down, half-orc, I suggest you go and get my sister and bring her up here now. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, this could go bad.
Probably will.
Kayla's not very good at resisting.
15.
15, it's enough. You're kind of in the throes of rage. You're like, ah, no! And you're just kind of going straight down with her, and she looks kind of concerned that her spell has not taken any effect.
You should be.
6.
I am going to step around the corner.
Flamey Catman.
I'm going to. Alright, I'm just gonna, for this round, twin spell,
Okay.
chromatic orbs. 2 balls of fire,
Okay.
and just they pick a target each. So
Yep.
I'm gonna pick.
So you're going to spend the sorcery points. Was that 1 sorcery point? Because it's the
Yeah.
first level? Yep. So you pick the other sister and then one of the flaming fist. Okay. So how does this work?
a piece.
Do I make saves?
So, instant, choose an element, 3d8 damage if I hit. So,
Oh, it's a ranged spell attack.
yeah.
Okay.
That is +6, so 10.
10. Oh, the orb nearly hits the sister, but she kind of ducks to the side as this flaming sphere just sails past her as she avoids it at the last second. Flaming fist Merc.
Oh my god, a 4 again.
This one, she just kind of raises the shield. Fire explodes all
Bloody
around
hell.
it.
Bloody hell, mate.
Piss.
That should have worked.
Should have worked.
Cromsby.
I am going to run in.
Where would you like to run? Please show me where you run.
I'll run over here.
Next to Kayla, the rage.
I'm going to cast Fear.
Just like, how many things do you hit with your fear?
It just says...
Is it like an area effect?
30-foot cone.
So everyone.
So if you didn't want to hit Kayla, you'd probably want to step a bit closer
Okay.
and
Yeah,
then
right.
aim it this way.
Yeah.
So a 30-foot cone, you can basically hit everybody except this person here.
Okay, yeah, that
Okay,
sounds good.
so,
Just
and it's a wisdom saving throw?
Yep,
What's your spell DC?
14.
Now, the woman in the middle does not seem to be affected by the spell.
Okay.
She's immune to being frightened. The others, however, so what was it, 14?
Yep.
That's a fail. That's a pass. I'm going to do the mercenaries first. Right, okay, and then Flisk. Okay, so you kind of walk up, and what do you? How does the spell work for Grumsy? What do you say? What do you do?
Boo, you bastards!
There's kind of like
Simple.
this kind of wave of
Effective.
force rocks out. 3 of the Flaming Fist mercenaries just go, ah! And they are terrified, and I believe that on their turn they have to run away from you. They're frightened. The woman just kind of looks around, and her kind of like reptilian eyes just, she's like, you shall be a problem. Flisk kind of staggers back a little bit. He's like, what's happening? What? He's like, seems really confused, but it looks like the spell's taken effect on him. And yeah, you've basically made 4 of most of the enemies terrified of you as they stumble backwards.
Tiny little fat wolf.
Yeah, Flisk basically looks at you and it's just like, and he starts to run basically, prompting.
attack?
It
Yeah.
is a free attack opportunity from her, which she will take.
boo you bastards.
Boo, you bastards! 16.
There's something about doing this on a Friday night that makes you extra, like, just a bit
Yeah.
crazy. A little bit crazy.
Yeah. Straight after work.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it?
Unloaded.
So as Flisk turns to runs, this snake woman basically like just gets her hand and rakes claws across his back, and you can see him like, ah! And he's like, fucking dwarf! Why am I so scared of you, you little bastard? And he's like running away.
You used to like that when I did that to you. Talking about the clawing.
He doesn't actually react. It seems that the spell like is like completely taking over. And yeah, like so he has to run away from you, but he doesn't mean he takes up all of his action. As he gets his movement away from you, he kind of turns around and he's kind of like, and he pulls out his knife and he throws it at. She's pretty scary. Who does he think he can deal with? He He wouldn't target you. He'll target the Yuan Ti woman. He basically like lobs his dagger, basically, which is going to hit. And as it does, you've seen this before, he can actually use it to drag somebody towards him. She's going to take... In fact, actually, he yanks her into the flaming fist, who then just basically hit her with the shield, and you watch as the dagger's like in her chest. She just falls off to the side dead, basically. Just tumbles into the muddy waters. That is Flisk's go. On her turn, she is going to look around at Cromsby.
Oh my god.
You shall be a small problem, my little dwarven friend.
There's no need to bring heightened bit, my dear.
She just kind of chuckles. She's going to turn around. Can I borrow a player's handbook, actually? Shit, I've just lost my page. Oh, this is a very beaten up player's handbook here, Mr. Toffolo.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Just throws it around.
Yeah.
Just throws it at
Use
the
it to
wall.
hit flies. Like the one in the room somewhere. Probably in his hair, laying eggs.
What?
It landed in your hair.
Shut up!
Maggots
say that.
Gonna sprout out.
Let's make a melee spell attack. Okay. So she kind of strides up to you, kind of sultry walk, and you watch as her hand begins to kind of glow with like a dark crimson energy. She reaches out to try and grab you.
Oh, hot.
Grab you. Wish I had the PC had actually printed out her stuff. What is your armor class, Mr. Cromsby?
It's not very good. It's 11.
Oh yeah. So she basically just grabs the front of your neck, like puts her hand, and you feel the life force pulled out of you. She's casting a 5th level vampiric touch.
Oh no.
So that's going to be 6, 16, oof, 22, and she heals
bugger.
11. So you basically, 22 points of necrotic damage as she sucks the life force out of you, and you watch the wounds that Flisk had inflicted begin to heal up, or the flaming fist begin to heal up. Oh, sorry, no, I'm going to redo that damage, because it's actually only 3rd level, not 5th level. So cancel that. Sorry,
Okay.
mate.
That's all right.
I don't want to screw you over. It's 14 points of damage, and she heals 7 instead. So she's on 6. And you just... This kind of life force gets sucked out of you, basically, as she strides forward. Kayla.
Was the message parlor a long rest?
No. Short rest.
Bollocks.
I would like to... Didn't these guys run away?
They will on their turn.
Okay.
Well, 3 of them will.
Can I attack the lady? So I'm still raging.
Yep. Would you like to attack recklessly?
Okay. Yeah. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
advantage, but they get advantage.
Yeah. So I roll 2 dice basically.
Take the highest, yep, with advantage, and you can do it for every attack this round.
Okay. Of which I have 2.
What's that?
It's my book falling over.
Wonderful.
Wow.
So close to a crit.
25.
That's going to hit her, yes.
She rolled an 18 and a 19.
Amazing.
And then so it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Is that with your +2
Yeah.
rage damage? Yep, 7.
And
Second attack.
again. 13.
You're still gonna
14,
hit, yeah.
15, 16,
Yep.
17, 18, 19.
It's not a 7,
7 again.
right? Yep. The blows, you kind of turn around, and in your rage, you're striking viciously at this woman, and you're shredding the clothes. Like, you're literally tearing into this dress, but the skin underneath is unnaturally tough, and you can see it is tearing, but she's kind of like wincing at the pain, but it's not causing the type of damage you would have expected. She seems to be quite a lot tougher than you perhaps thought initially. Okay, that's Kayla's go. The mercs, all 3 of them run away. They all run. they can't really. Do they have crossbows and stuff?
Could I get an attack of opportunity on any of them?
You would have on this one.
So
You
can
would
I?
have on one, yes.
Do I get advantage on that as well?
Hmm?
Do I get advantage on that?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, you would.
Relentless attack. Yeah, until my next turn.
4 and a 2. Pretty sweet.
10.
That's not really enough. No, the armor, the chainmail that they're wearing seems to absorb the blow. They all kind of run back, and you can see them like they don't seem to have any ranged weapons, and they're like too scared of Cromsby to go anywhere near him. Actually, you would need to give me a concentration check. I'll remember that next time for the fear spell. They all kind of just back away, and like you can see them all struggling to overcome it as they try and deal with that. But one is remaining, and sensing that you're probably the result of this kind of spell, he's going to try and hit you with a big mace.
Oh, lovely.
14.
Yep.
That's going to be 8 points of damage. And now you need to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution or concentration?
Well, it's the same thing.
Concentration, you say?
Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that's 17.
17. That's more than enough. You maintain the kind of fear spell and keeping the rest of them at bay as he pummels you with this large blow to the chest. Oh!
Is this girl completely out of it?
Well, you will find out on her turn. Favor.
Comes back with the rod and the gem.
And we all go home.
We all go.
Favor reappears. Have I got a mini? Yeah, can you put her next to 6, please? She pops back into existence as she kind of... and she casts a spell. She's going to cast Sleep. Third level. There, second level.
Will it be enough?
One of these fist mercenaries just kind of slumps to the ground, snoring quite peacefully, and she looks at you and she's like, I'm in on it. She just looks like, she's like, hide. She just stands next to you, kind of like, you know, taking a defensive stance, effectively. The woman on the ground is going to attempt to get up and climb her way up. That was cocked. The mud is too slick, and she actually slides further away. The slope is getting steeper and steeper as she kind of slides down. More than that, probably all the way to the edge. She just like the mud. She just can't get a grip on anything to pull herself back up. And you can hear her kind of cursing in some sort of strange snake-like language. 6.
Okay, I'm going to step forward. And I'm going to empower.
Empower!
At
Lightning
level 2, Fireball. So, it's 2d10.
Fireball.
Firebolt.
Oh, well, you can't. Firebolt's a cantrip.
Oh, it's a cantrip.
I mean, it does more damage at 5th level, but it's a cantrip. You can't boost its damage.
Oh, wait. Yeah, 1d10 per level, it says. Fireball.
No, it's like 2d10 at level 5.
Oh, at level 5, right.
Because it's a cantrip, most of them do increased damage
Okay.
when you get to certain levels.
In which case, I will do Scorching Ray. It's 3 rays of fire. I can do one target or several.
Yep. And all of them would benefit from the Empower as well.
I will empower that.
Okay.
So it's a ranged attack.
It says this spell's damage increases by 1d10 when you reach level 5.
Yeah.
When I reach level 5.
Yeah, that's what I was saying to Trot.
Fifth
So
level, sorry,
it'll be
yeah.
2d10.
Yeah, that's what I was saying to Trot.
Okay. I'm just double checking.
I will Scorching Ray. Cool. I don't hit, so it doesn't matter.
What did you roll?
A 2.
Could you like roll better?
I'd love to.
Could you just like get good?
Technically did that fear ever so slightly wrong. They don't actually get that action. They use it to run away, but they can make saves once they can't see you.
Oh, okay.
Once they can't see you, they're like, and then they can make a save to get over it. So, sorry, what was that? So 3 attack rolls?
Oh.
Because it's the first ray, Second ray.
That's a 3.
There we go.
20.
That's going to hit. And it's empowered, so I
Found
believe
a
you can
four.
re-roll
I
any
can re-roll
ones.
the damage, but I have to keep the
Yeah,
new
keep
roll.
the roll.
Smite him.
Okay, so it's 2d6.
Up to my charisma mod. Re-roll damage up to my charisma mod.
So it means that you can re-roll up to up to whatever your charisma mod in dice is. So it's 2 dice, so you can re-roll them both.
Oh, I'm going to keep that.
Yeah.
That's a
11
th-
fire
11.
damage. Okay. The flame sort of engulfs her back and it burns away what remnants of clothing she had. Her form is now basically nude as she's kind of stood there, but the snake scale kind of covers her as well. And it kind of, you can see you've scorched her back and she kind of arches it and just looks at you. And as she does, give me a dexterity saving throw, as she kind of just is like, do you think that fire impresses me? Have some of my own. And fire launches out of her hands.
A what saving throw? Dexterity.
Dexterity saving throw.
8.
8. A big gout of flames. 10,
She's
16.
got a reactionary flame thing.
Hellish rebuke. 24 fire damage. Launches out,
Oh my god.
engulfing poor Six, who does not have his mantle of flame up.
No, I used it.
So, no resistance. As you are
I don't
engulfed
get
in, like, it's almost like a serpent of flame trails out of her hand and sort of washes over you. Hanzo ult style.
This feels like karma.
Just waves over you. Cromsby.
Can I try and stab Snake Lady with a rapier?
Get the old with the rapier, not the machete.
No.
Machete.
I will try and stab her.
You pull out the rapier. Your dueling saber. Back from your dueling days.
19.
That's gonna hit, yeah.
Yeah.
My empowering doesn't. I don't mark it off unless I use it, right?
It's sorcery points.
But I didn't use the empowering on that. I chose not to.
You spend the sorcery points when you use the ability. Stop trying to be cheeky.
That's a 5.
5 points of damage.
Yep.
You kind of pierce into her leg. She kind of just winces.
I'm a little dwarf.
That's not going to be good enough, my dear little dwarf. Little snake tongue flicks out. Flisk has to dash. Basically, he gets behind a building and then he's going to make a wisdom saving throw. He actually has advantage on that. Yes. You don't see him, but he vanishes and does something. On her turn, I believe I've used up all of her spells. Her spiels.
Should you tell us that?
Yeah, I can tell you that. Okay. She's just gonna. When did you recklessly attack? It was last turn.
Yeah.
So
I'm still.
it's still reckless. She still has advantage against you.
But I'm still like resistant to damage.
Yeah, you are. But being easier to hit makes you a bigger threat in a certain way. Cromsby's not too bad. She's going to try and bite you twice with these large fangs.
I'm also resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
Yeah, you take half damage from everything.
I'm
that's
just
how your thing
reading
works.
everything.
I know.
She knows.
She has advantage against you, so 16, you said was your AC?
15 is my AC.
Yeah, so this is going to hit. I need to roll one of these d6 again,
Why do I hear the sound of a lot of dice?
because she hits really fucking hard. 10,
Yep.
19, 22, 27 halved is 13.
And you make your calculator.
And then her second attack.
How much was that, sorry?
You take 13. That's already halved, by the way. And then you're going to take another 8, 11, 12. You're going to take another 7, as she bites into you a second time. You can just feel this poison flowing through your system, and you're like fighting it off, like with a burning rage. You're struggling through, but it's almost like your whole body is on fire as she bites into you. I want that starhead. Hisses at you. Kayla, you'll go.
Don't talk with a mouthful of Kayla, it's rude.
Spits her blood. Disgusting orc blood.
You bitter.
Normally I'd be into that, but not right now.
Can you be flirty whilst raging?
You want it?
I suppose it's horny rage, isn't it? Yeah, I suppose.
Well, not really, not in this case. I'm a total boner killer. If it was Flisk, on the other hand. I smash face her. How injured does she look?
It's hard to tell. Like, she seems pretty tough. Like, her snake skin is absorbing a lot of blows.
Can I just pick her up and throw her?
You can try.
I'm pretty strengthy right now.
Yeah, you can try.
Strengthy.
Can I throw her towards the mercs?
You can try. So, strength check to pick her up. Or grapple her, I should say.
And I get advantage on that?
You do.
Because I'm a bear?
You do.
Damn right, you're a bear.
What's the lady equivalent of a bear? Is it still a bear?
Bear is a bear. It's not
Bear is a
gender.
Lady bear.
Yeah, true.
19.
19, yeah, you managed to pick her up. She seems unnaturally strong, but you've kind of got this naked snake lady in your hands that you've picked her up. And what, you're going to throw her at the mercs? So, right, so because it's a bit of a further distance, you can move 15 feet while you're carrying her.
Okay.
So you can move 15 feet towards them. The Flisk mercenary is going to make an attack against you. So as you're carrying her past, the Flaming Fist Merc sees an opportunity and just clocks you in the back of the head with a crit with the mace.
Oh shit.
That's going to be 12,
But it's halved, right?
15, halved is 7.
Round it down.
Mace blow to the back of the head. And then you're going to launch this woman at them, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, another strength check, just to see how far you can throw her. Yeah.
17.
On the sleeping guy.
She pretty much lands on top of the sleeping merc, who is kind of wakens with this woman just like this like naked snake lady writhing all over him. He's like, just completely confused at what to do as you throw her. She's going to take, I'll make her take some damage for that as well.
Good.
We've all had those moments where we've woken up with a naked snake lady.
Naked. Well, I mean, who doesn't?
It's crazy the amount of times it happens.
Yeah, she kind of takes like a bad sort of fall. You can see like her limbs kind of bashing against the stone.
Does the guy take damage from the impact? Being asleep and all?
He takes a small point of damage. She's quite soft. Supple.
If she's a snake lady, why does she need handmaidens?
She doesn't even have hands.
You don't know. That was Kayla's go. Favor.
I need heals.
She's already cast that. She's already cast those. She will firebolt the one that took a swing at Kayla. Hits for 2d10.
This thing.
Yeah. This like bolt of flame just launches out.
What, a flame guard?
Hold on.
Fireball.
A flame
hold
guard's
on.
doing that.
Hold on. I have advantage on dex saving throws.
It's Favor attacking the guard.
Oh, I thought you were talking about this dude. I pointed at that dude.
No, yeah, because that's who she's attacking. I said Favor was attacking.
I
that
wasn't
guy.
listening to
I know
you, okay?
I know you weren't listening to me. That's the biggest problem in this fucking game.
Too busy thinking
Some
up
days
really
as well.
bad shut-up lines.
Yeah. She's like, fuck, she's not getting back up from that. Nope. That lady is gone. She's just
To the sea!
You basically watch as she just gets flown, like flushed down a steep hill and away.
Caked in mud.
Caked in the muds. So we go to the mercs. They have to run from fucking thingy because they can still see
She
him.
get an attack of opportunity.
She will against one of them, yes. And she goes for the one that's sleeping because she has advantage.
Just breaking him.
Bites him while he's down. Killing him. You just watch as his skin shrivels up and almost like the moisture's been like leaked out. His eyes start bleeding.
Cool.
And just dies underneath her.
It's pretty horrible.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Is it that? Wait.
It's the one that's lying down, yeah. He's
Yeah,
dead now.
he's gone now. Please remove him from the board.
Yeah.
Immersion.
My immersions. They go down. The rest of them get out of sight of Cromsby and attempt to save out his sphere. One does, one does not. 6.
I turn to Favor. The staff of the gem witch.
Kayla said to go after Flisk. Oh my god, and I got the staff.
Thank you. I'm going to
Did I hear that?
Yeah. Well, you're raging. Give me a perception. See how much tension you're paying.
I fumbled it, but
I will Scorching Ray her again.
You gonna spend any sorcery points?
Yeah.
One.
Me.
What are you gonna do?
Empower. 'Cause
Empower?
I
Empower.
can't twin it. So.
Empower.
Empower.
Okay, first attack roll for the first ray. That's gonna hit. Second ray, miss. Third ray. That's a hit. So 4d6 this time. What's your charisma mod?
Yeah. It is +3.
+3, so you can re-roll up to 3 of them.
What was it for?
Yeah, 4d6, and you can re-roll up to 3.
Ooh. I'll re-roll 1.
Okay.
20 points of fire damage on that motherfucker.
Her back is basically engulfed in flame as you're kind of doing the Skyrim. No, Rustly, avenge me.
Shut up.
She dies.
Excellent. Get the gem.
Her flaming body.
I have movement, right?
Hmm?
I have movement still.
You run up.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm going to use
35. Oh, yeah. You get within 5.
30 feet away, yeah. Boop. I'm there.
Yep. And then. Okay, so most of her clothes burnt away, but she still had like a belt and things like that, like a leather belt with pouches and stuff. You rummage around in that, and you find a vial of sort of a glass vial of a liquid. The heart of Ugtao, the gemstone itself, and a very old-looking platinum coin.
I'll throw everything down and just take that. No, I don't.
Gem, throw it in the river.
and the other snake woman's like,
Excellent. Cool.
Okay.
I'm holding the gem up to you.
You actually, so that's what you do. Cromsby. There is still a guard technically next to you who's
also
looking a
like-
bit sort of like, oh fuck. What would you like to do?
I will club him.
Just like, bah.
Yeah, why not?
Sure. Just what with the fist?
No, with my club.
Oh, you have a club. So you like you got rapier. You put that away. Ah, yes, old clubby will do here.
Oh, clubby.
I like the idea that it's like a blackjack that he keeps for just knocking people out.
That was 15.
That's actually enough, despite his like helmet and armor.
just in the kneecap.
Yeah.
One!
That's only a 2.
He's like, ow! Oh, why'd you hit my knee? Oh, he's just like moaning.
I was aiming for your gonads.
Oh, he's just like he's like just crying out. You see 6. You see Flisk kind of look up and just dart off into the city.
He's running.
Good.
Okay.
I'm going to stumble and walk back.
Okay. At this point, the other Flaming Fist mercs are gonna run. Kalar, technically, you get a go. They're kind of out of sight, but there is this one guy left.
I'll be like, I'm going to turn to him and just be like, taste my metal, little man.
He's not. The miniature's metal. He's not.
He's not compared to me.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. Okay. So what? You just gonna attack him recklessly?
Yes.
Okay. So you just launch into a barrage of blows.
Double 12,
Yeah,
which is
classic Kayla.
plus 6, 18.
Yeah, hits.
So that is
Roll and see if your other attack hits. Do your second attack first.
15 plus
You're gonna hit. You're gonna kill him.
Okay.
He's not got that much. I mean, you can roll it. Roll your dice.
9 plus 3, 12, 4 plus 3, 7.
You hack into him, this just double cross blow, like rah, with the back left just swinging, blood sprays all over the stone
up.
bridge.
Stop.
His like, desiccated body just hits the ground, huge gouging chunks torn out from him.
Very much dead. My God.
Just stomping on
The
it.
blood just sprays all over your face, like the back left is covered in it.
Well met, little man.
And then at the sight of that, the other Flaming Fist mercs just book it. They just run.
We'll get you, Flisk. Next time.
He's gone.
To an island.
Well, we are basically wrapping up now. So, you recover the heart.
I have the gem. I'm going to quaff a potion.
Okay, regular healing potion.
Yep.
You get back 7 hit points. Glug, 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 glug. Tasty.
Cool.
Heal me, Crumbs there.
Heal you. Have you not got you should have a potion.
You've got magic touch.
I've used all mine.
Touch me.
I just touch you.
There you go. Placebo. You feel better. You should.
Actually.
Favor looks at you and she's like, she like pulls out from like a little thing. She's like, look, I got it. I actually took it.
Done.
Fantastic.
He didn't even know I was there.
Amazing.
You've done very well today.
You're an asset to the team.
Where's the staff head?
Wait.
Why? What should we do it now?
Where it's safe.
Because I want to.
No, let's do it now.
You're right.
No, let's do it now.
Put it
I
on.
want to see it now.
Put it on. Put it on.
Okay.
I want to see it now.
So I hold out the top bit.
Okay, she takes it and she's like, now I think if we. And as she almost brings them together, almost like a magnetic. It kind of snaps together and it begins to radiate a small piece of energy.
What if this opens some sort of portal and we're thrown through without fear?
I imagine it won't just teleport us randomly, surely.
Fear will find us.
Clink.
As soon as you kind of put it near it, gets sucked in.
Incredible, it must be magical.
As the gemstone connects into the staff, the gemstone begins to pulse with almost like a sun-like radiance. And a beam, sort of like a pulse of light, erupts out. And each of you within the radius, of which you don't know how far it is, hear the following in your minds. Let the spirits of the 9 lead you to Omu. May their power help purge the darkness from these sacred lands. Whomever holds this staff, I allow you to open the way.
Who's holding it?
Favor is currently holding it, and you can see she kind of like blinks, and she's like, I know how to, I can activate it. I get some sort of portal. I can open a portal with this staff.
Oh, you can sense its power.
Yes. Almost instinctively.
Right. Well, let's recuperate.
Okay,
We can
yes,
be-
no, you're right. Yes, we
Take
should.
this somewhere safe.
Yes,
Quiet.
we should go to Jessamine's villa.
Yes. Should be very
There'll be
happy.
guards there as well. Fia will probably look to us there, surely.
Yes. Very well.
Before we do that, I'm just going to give her a big old bear hug and give her a big kiss on the cheek and be like, you've done so well today.
She goes a bit red. She's just like, oh, thank you. I just, you said that I could do it, and yes, I did. And she just kind of like laughs.
I'm so proud of you.
Like, because you're kind of crushing her with the arms. Like, she just kind of gets the arms and pats you a bit.
Yeah. It's like a friendly one, not a lecherous one.
Yeah,
It's like
but there's still like you get the sense that she's a bit flustered and like she has to adjust her glasses and sort of brushes her hair a little bit. She's like, right.
Have you ever thought about a life of crime?
No. Do you think I'd be any good?
Well, you did very well today. So.
Magic does help when they can't see you.
Yes, that's a very neat trick. I think, maybe after all this is said and done, you and I should have a little chat.
Oh, wow. Maybe, Mr. Cromsby. I'll have to speak with Lady V first. I mean, obviously I am in her employ, first and foremost, but...
We should take all of the auction items we just got. Yes, chop to it.
No, we should get the staff to safety first. That's very important. We can maybe buy things
got
from
it now.
Wakanga later.
We've got it now, it's boring.
Yes, but look, they were just attacked on this bridge. We could be attacked any minute.
That's true. All right. To safety.
Okay. And with that, we're going to finish today's Uncharted territory. Thank you very much for watching. We leave it as you guys make your way back to the villa with the completed staff of Napka, ready to descend.
Was it a loud pulse?
It was a pretty kind of like...
Vivid light?
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
Sorry, bro.
Thank you very much for watching. Those of you on the D&D stream, we're going to end it here. We'll be back next Friday. No, we won't be here next Friday, because next Friday we are off, because a bunch of us are going to be away, so there won't be a High Rollers Uncharted territory next week. We will be back the week after.
Following Friday.
The following Friday, so you can check that out then. We're going to end the D&D stream there. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you soon. Hope you enjoyed it. Let us know in the comments
very
all that good
much.
stuff. Bye! But for the High Yogscast stream, we're sticking around because we're going to read donations and everything else.
Donations.
Thank you all for watching.
Every level up when we're